What is up, Finn fans? How is everyone doing on this draft day dos? We got two picks today. I got names that I would like to take. We'll see if they actually take them. But real quick, before we do anything, I have to shout out the sponsor of day two's live stream, and that is Clean the World. I've talked about Clean the World a ton. Great organization founded by Sean Seipler, a good friend of mine, that puts these kits together with the soap that is repurposed from hotels, socks, toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, all this stuff. They do it for people of need, third world countries, natural disasters, the homeless. He also has the Wash Foundation that he goes out and he gets people water that need it. He's 16 years he's been doing it. So many different countries, so many different people he has helped. Go check him out, cleantheworld.org, and also check out his other foundation, the Wash Foundation. Shout out to Sean. What is up, everybody? Day two. How's that? Is everyone had everyone taken a breath over their thoughts of day one's pick of Kenneth Grant? Is everyone still hating that draft pick? I like it. How's everyone feeling? Sure to hit that like button on your way in. Already got 114 in here. Be sure to hit that like button. Austin says, I love Grant. I like him. I think it was a good pick. I actually like it too. Good pick. I think it really fits what the Dolphins are going to do, and it's going to clear up a lot of lanes for Sealer, for our pass rushers. I think it was a good pick. Hurry up and tell us the pick so I can go to bed, Doug. So there's still a lot of good talent that is out there. Miami is technically picking right now 16, and you have Will Johnson still there. He's dealing with injuries. He might fall. You have Siobhan Reveld Jr., corner. He tore his ACL in 2024. He might fall. You have Trey Amos. You have Benjamin Morrison, who had a hip injury in 2024. Those are the four corners that I'm looking at possibly. If they go offensive line and a name that I am going to be looking at and harping on and hoping and praying we don't hear his name, Jonah Savana. If the Dolphins can get Jonah Savana today, I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped. There's also Tate Ratledge, Marcus Mbow, Miles Frazier. Those are offensive linemen that I'd like to see today. Safety-wise, Nick Manwari, Xavier Watts, Kevin Winston Jr., Andrew Makuba. I feel like we could get Andrew Makuba in the third, but here's my thought process. You have 2 4s and 2 5s. Your third is 98. It's down there, man. If you could trade up in the third, if someone is fallen to go grab them, do it. Do it. So we'll see how today pans out, but it's going to be a big day. Looks like it's crappy over there in Green Bay, Wisconsin. They got the shield up. It's probably cold over there in Green Bay. Every noodle with the $2 donation, starting it off hot. Fins up. Let's get the Samoan on the line. Yes, sir. Jonah Savana. Come on, baby. That's the name I'm going to be looking out for. It'd be pretty neat to get the Georgia mullet man. Tate Ratledge. Those two names. If they can get Tate Ratledge or Jonah Savana, I'm good. It's stupid time in England, but here goes pains up. It's what you guys are. It's like what 11 o'clock in London, Stuart. If Shador Sanders falls to us, would you do it or no? No. We have bigger needs than quarterback. How many right in a row for round 2? What do you mean, Austin? How many right in a row? It's midnight. Jeez Louise. Midwest is raining like crazy, of course. Yours, I'm not against yours. I would prefer McCord I don't think he makes it to where I would take a quarterback. Don't be surprised if Shuck goes today. You might see some quarterbacks go today. Obviously yours, not yours. I think whatever you say his name. I think he goes today. I think Shuck goes today. I think McCord probably goes today. I don't think anyone's going to be available where I would take a quarterback with the 4th or 5th round pick. Because I would take a quarterback at the 4th or 5th round. We only have 1 second round pick. Yes, only one. Pick 48, which is technically pick 16 in the 2nd round. What's the weather like in Green Bay right now? We could move up, but I'm not moving up in the 2nd. That's cost a lot. I'm looking up the weather in Green Bay. 47 degrees in Green Bay right now. Jeez. All right, 2, here we go. Love from Midnight from UK. Wow. The Apollo TD. Thanks for watching, bud. What's up, all about Jesus? Let's keep our feet on the gas. Yes. What's up for the family? 82 here. I think in Jersey it is currently 76 in Jersey. All right, Cleveland's on the clock. You get 7 minutes this time instead of 10. Hopefully it goes by quick. Do they take Shador here? Tyler Shuck. I think Bourbon is Cleveland's next pick. I think that's Will Howard they're showing. No. Trayvon Henderson, the Ohio State running back. I don't want to hear Jonah Savana. Nothing. It just started, Marsalis. Cleveland's still on the board. They're probably trying to trade back. What's up, Sylvester? Jeez. Who is that? Quinn Ewers. Look at all the dead animals behind him. Holy moly. Jeez. Look at all of them. Who are they showing now? Luther Burden, Missouri wide receiver. You want guard at 48? Yeah, I want Jonah Savana. The Bills better watch out for yours. I don't think they got enough dead animals behind them. Jeez Louise. Cleveland taking Allison Denny, massage therapist. You bad for that. Mike Green. Mike Green is probably going to go in this round. He might fall a little more, though. Nick Imawari. I don't think he makes it to the third round. Joe Robbie corrupted my brain, giving me the mullet. Ratledge. I wouldn't mind Ratledge. I like Jonah Savana a little bit more, but I wouldn't mind Ratledge. Jair, Jonah Savana. He could play guard and tackle. Think we trade up at all? I would like them to trade up in the third. Again, you have 2 4s and 2 5s. So I'd like them to trade up in the third. Will they? That's a horse of another, we'll see. What's up? Check me out. Hope we can draft viewers at 48. What's up, T. Lee? Sure, hit that like button on your way in. Oh, pick is in. Browns made their pick. Who are they taking? Let's go after Kyle McCord in the 4th. If he makes it there. Joe Thomas making the Browns pick. Also from Wisconsin, I think. Here we go. Ooh. They took Carson Schwessinger. Linebacker. He is good. That's a good pick for Cleveland. Carson Schwessinger. Supposedly the Dolphins liked him a lot, too. What are the odds the Dolphins do something stupid like running back? Maybe in the 3rd. Depending on if one falls. Maybe the 3rd. What's up, Jeff? All right, so far, no Jonah Savana. Now, we're going to start to get into teams that are scaring me that it could take him. Next is Houston. Houston needs some offensive line help. So Jonah Savana's name, this is where I start to get nervous. Doug, can you say the 5 names? Can you say that name 5 times fast? No. I don't know what's with Schwessinger messes with me so much. I can't. Revel and Manwari for me. I think guard is a bigger need, but I wouldn't be upset with it being up. Pick is already in for Houston. They're going quick. I wouldn't be upset because of the free agents that are still out there for guard. That I wouldn't be too upset. Pick 33 to 102 tonight. Yes, I think so. So if Jonah is gone early, would you trade down to 60 for a mid to late 80 pick? Depends. Depends who's still on the board. If they can get another 3rd, maybe. I want a Carson. He seems legit. Yeah. Wasn't a need for Miami. I don't think they were ever going to take a linebacker. It was a good pick for the Browns, though. Did you get a switch too? No, I look rich, Joseph. Dolphins 2023. Dougie, what up? I went to bed last night so happy with our pick. I was ecstatic. Can't wait to see what we do today. I agree. Yeah, see, they need offensive tackle and guard. This is where I get scared. I don't know if I'm going to do the pick is in soundbite. I think it was just a fun day one thing. I don't know if I'm going to do it again. All right, here's the Texans pick. Select Jaden Higgins, wide receiver. That's a good pick. I like Jaden Higgins. He is a fast, physical wide receiver, and he's tall. He's like 6'4", 214. I like Jaden Higgins. If the Dolphins needed receiver, I would have went with him. Like, say the Dolphins did trade Tyreek Hill or moved on from him, I would have wanted Jaden Higgins. Update ESPN list your corner as a safety Baron. Update ESPN listed your corner as a safety Baron. Oh, interesting. Can you imagine if the Raiders drafted Sanders? What a draft class. Tennessee's next. Do they need offensive linemen? We're almost there. We are 14 picks away. 13 picks away. We need Higgins when we have Eric Uzukama. Have you seen Eric Uzukama on the field? Restrepo and Cam reunite in Tennessee. Uzukama won't be playing. Did they trade? Showing Seattle now. Yep, they did trade. Seattle traded up. Seattle traded up. They took Gray Zabel. So Seattle will not be taking Jonah Savana. Man, I can't tell sarcasm on here. I can't hear your voice. The people who claim we reach would complain no matter what. Please ignore them. Loudest two are haters. You rock, Doug. Appreciate you, Samson. Thanks for the donation, my man. Who's Seattle's QB2? I have no idea. D. Welcome. Thank you for becoming a member, my man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Drew Lock. They have 4 quarterbacks. Sam Darnold, Drew Lock, Sam Howell, and Jaron Hall. They don't need a quarterback. Hey, how's Pops? He's doing good. I'm going to see him Sunday. Going to his house on Sunday. Who do I think we're going to pick? I'll tell you when we get closer. I know who I want. I'll give you the 3 names I want. Jonah Savana. I don't think I've said his name enough. Siobhan Ravel. If Will Johnson falls to 48, it'd be hard for me to say no to Will Johnson. And Nick Emanwari. Those are the 4 I want. I'd also take Tate Ratledge. There's about 5 players I'd like. Drew Lock, not Luck. That's Andrew Luck. Marcellus. It's Andrew Luck, not Drew. South Carolina DB to Titans. Well, the Titans don't have the pick. Seattle has the pick now. More hurt players pass. Alfred Collins. We start looking like the Eagles defense. He needs some offensive line help. They need defensive tackle, center, and wide receiver. Doug would like us to start a Dougie chant. You don't have to do a Dougie chant. Please don't do a Dougie chant. What the crap is this? Could be Jared Wilson here. Could be... What are they doing right now? What the crap was that? Oh, Richard Sherman. Who'd they take? Now Seahawks select. Damn, Nick Manwari goes to Seattle. That's a good pick. There goes one of my guys. Nick Manwari gone. Damn. It's a good pick. All right, one down. I got a lot left here. Cleveland back on the clock. Doug, can you make a throwback uniform permanent yet? Yeah. They could have. Send it to Cleveland. Channel 7, ABC. 48 we pick. So we got another 13 picks. 12 picks until we pick. Doug, would you be upset if they took Mason Taylor? A little bit. Great talent. We don't need that. And there's more talented players on the board. Personally. Will Johnson is falling. Darius Alexander, Siobhan Ravel, Trey Amos. All right, here's the Browns again. No Jonah Savana. No Jonah Savana. Select. Quinshawn Junkins. Good pick for Cleveland. Staying in Ohio. Quinshawn Junkins. That's a good pick. The Raiders are now on the clock. No Jonah Savana yet. Oh. Ugh. Las Vegas should take Shador. Oh, no Jonah Savana, please. So far, none of the corners I want have been taken. Only one safety I wanted has been taken, and the Dolphins draft in 12 picks. 12 picks. Come on, Jonah. Come on, Jonah. Come on, Jonah. Doug, are there any top O-line prospects left? Like someone they should have went in the first, but still there now? No. Some of the talent got reached for, but no O-line talent that should have went in the first is still there. Doug, it hurt if Jonah is there and we pass him. Oh, I'll be so mad, Dylan. I'd be so mad if Jonah Savana is sitting there and they do not take him. Oh, it's perfect. It's like it's a dream pick. Jonah Savana can play guard. He's a brute, but he also can play tackle. It's that's how I feel. Raiders take Genty in round 1. Quit saying his name or Arizona's going to take him. Yeah, Greer won't pick him. I'm going to be mad. Though you sound like you're in that press your luck game show. 12 picks. No whammies. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. No Jonah, no Jonah, no Jonah. Stop. Saying this as a friend, you're killing me, man. Knock on wood. Raiders. Take a quarterback. Up, pick is in for the Raiders. Trade alert. The Dolphins traded up. The Dolphins traded up. The Dolphins traded up. Jonah Savana. Oh, Dolphins traded up. The Dolphins traded up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Who'd they take? Oh my gosh. Dolphins traded up. Come on, Jonah Savana. Come on. Whoo, what did they give up? What did they give up to trade up? Oh boy. No, I don't I want Jonah Savana here. I know Will Johnson's on the board. I know there's a ton of corners like Trey Amos and stuff, but Jonah would be such a pick here. Ingram. Alec Ingram. No. Wow, I'm dumb. Not Alec Ingram. Alec Ingold. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Dolphins select. Yes! 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 Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so happy. I am so happy. Jonah Savana. Yes. Yes. Oh, let's go. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy right now. What did they give up? What did they give up? Dolphins select Jonah Savana after trading 48, 98, and 135 from this year and getting picks 37 and 143. So the Dolphins are done unless they trade back up. We are doing good this year, boss. Whoo! Love it. So the Dolphins' next pick is, let me see. So the Dolphins traded a second and a third, and second and a third and 135, second and a third and a fourth, our second fourth, not our first fourth. And we picked up 143. We picked up a fifth. So now we have 3 5s, 1 4. That's it. So we're not picking again until round 4. We're not picking again until pick 116. They have a lot. Were they afraid he wasn't going to fall? We gave a lot. Always love Ingram, fins up. Ingold. I messed his name up. I don't know if they gave up. It's a big jump from 48 to 37. It's 12 picks. I guess they were afraid he was going to fall. He wasn't going to make it to 48, but I think they feel comfortable with free agency, probably going after some of these guys. Well, it's like the Dolphins' day is done. They got Jonah Savana. I am ecstatic that they got Jonah Savana. Trenches, baby, trenches. But they don't pick again until round 4. Oh, yeah, he's good. Let me tell you about Jonah. Where'd I have him ranked? Corners, D-line, O-line. Love the pick. Let me tell you about Jonah. They didn't answer it yet on ESPN, and Doug gave a rowdy yes. I know it was Jonah. We got it, my man. Jonah Savana. So this is what PFF says about Jonah, and I'll tell you what ESPN says. I'm happy I don't have to keep watching Liam Eigerberg. He was the last guy we traded up for, just so you know. Savana was a 3-year college starter with significant experience at 3 different positions across the line. He made PFF's all freshman team while playing right guard in 2022 before moving to tackle over the past 2 seasons. Savana has long been a competent pass protector whose footwork and hand usage are among his greatest assets. His ability to stay light on his feet allows him to deter outside pass rush, though he could be better at retracting back to counter inside moves. The real issue in his game is a lack of strength, particularly in the run game, where he will likely fit better in a zone scheme. At the very least, the NFL team is getting a reliable swing man with the potential to turn into a starter if he can develop in the weight room. I'll tell you what ESPN said about him. Who the Patriots take? Trevion Henderson, running back. So we have a 4th, 3/5 now, and 3/7. Yeah, no third. But I would take the 4th and 3/5 and 4th and 2/5 and go back in the 3rd and get a corner. And then I'm good. I'm good with the draft. They can do whatever they want after that. This is what they say. Savana lined up at right tackle, left tackle, and right guard in college. At the combine, he tied for the second fastest 10-yard split out of the offensive linemen and ran a 4.95 40. Those are impressive numbers for an offensive lineman, especially one who weighs 324 pounds. He played guard in 4 games in 2023, and he's a better pass blocker on the inside than at tackle. Savana's length and frame make it tough to get around him when he plays inside. He moves well enough to mirror his footwork in sound. Is sound and is strong enough to anchor when he wins with his hands. He primarily played offensive tackle, and he can provide depth in the NFL. He's not a fundamentally sound run blocker, but he is big enough to wall off defenders and strong enough to give a push. Miami's offensive line needed attention after Tron Armstead retired, with the interior position particularly needing an upgrade. I had Savana ranked 69th on my big board, so this does represent a reach. Who is this from? Marcel Louis Jacques. Can he chase down Tua and force him to slide? We need another guard to keep Liam off the field. Tua got big oos, good pick. Could have did that in the 3rd. No, he wouldn't have been there in the 3rd. Jonas Fayoneo wasn't going to be there in the 3rd. I don't even know if he would have made it to 48, if I'm being honest with you. I thought it was for Will Johnson. No, I'm telling you, Will Johnson, his injuries are making him fall. I think Shador goes the New Orleans pick. I bet you Chicago would have took Jonah Savana if he was still there. That's why the Dolphins traded up. They knew something we didn't. Niners would have grabbed them. Yeah. There was a team ahead of us that 100% would have grabbed them. Do you think we get back in the third, or are we done for today? I think we get back in the third. Who's playing corner? Probably someone in free agency. You think we're done with O-line? Probably not. Chicago's pick is in. Chicago's making their pick. Trade back up at the third. Yeah, I agree. Luther Burden. I hate this, Doug. I'm leaving Greer. I'm leaving Greer is a bonehead 3 draft picks. I love the pick. Absolutely love the pick. I think he's been a really good draft pick. We just got more physical on both sides of the ball. No reason to get back into the third. Everyone in the fourth and fifth is just as good as the guys in the third. Not much separation, really. Trenches. Great pick. I agree. Bears take a wide receiver. Saints on the clock. We did reach a little, not going to lie, but I think he wasn't going to fall to us. No, definitely not. Expect AFC Championship appearance? No. No. Grabsley saved this job. Grade our draft so far. Are we filling needs? I'd say it's a solid B. Solid B. They had to trade up to take Jonah. I don't think he makes it to 48. I think they gave up a little too much. I wish we still had a third. But those are two big needs that we had. We may have one of the best O-lines. Depends on what happens with Patrick Paul. So Will Johnson is there at 50, trade up for him? Possibly. He's falling. A lot of people, him and Mike Green are falling for obvious reasons. I love how they're showing Deion Sanders and not his son. Thank goodness They're making it hard for Liam. I'm thrilled with building trenches. Now we should trade up in the third round for a corner. We'll see. If we don't trade up, I like the safety from Ohio State in the corner, Kobe Bryant. Yeah, I like Kobe Bryant as well. Maybe we could trade Eichenberg and a fifth for a third. Ain't happening. How do you think our team's looking now? Better. Much better. Still need a little bit more help on that D line. I would still go out and grab a vet guard. I don't want Liam anywhere near the possibility of starting. I still go out and grab a starting safety. Again, you have Simmons out there. You have Quandre Diggs out there. You can go out and get Rasul Douglas, and you can get Asante Samuel Jr. You can probably get the both of them. There's your starting corners in Rasul Douglas and Asante Samuel Jr. There's a lot of good free agents that are still out there. Is it Shador? Tyler Shuck. Wow. Tyler Shuck before Shador Sanders. Wow. Typically, the second wave of free agency signed much cheaper than the first wave. Yeah. And nobody wants Shador. Wow. What is the next pick for the Dolphins? 143? No, my apologies. Not 143. 116. Our first pick in the fourth round. We gave up our comp pick in the fourth round. So we gave up our comp pick and we gave up our third round pick, which was also a comp pick to move up to number 2. Do they hate Sanders? I think it's a combination of things. I heard he didn't have a good interview. It was a bunch of things. And Shador's not as good as people are making him out to be. A lot of people, and it's funny too, Dolphin fans were like, oh, we should take Shador, we should take him and replace Tua. They're the same quarterback. Shador Sanders and Tua Tagovailoa are the same quarterback. The only difference is Shador's more mobile. They have the same arm strength. Doug, who's your all-time favorite Dolphin player? Also love your videos. Keep up the good work. Bob. If it's not Marino, it's Taylor. Jason Taylor. I love him. Shador can run. I know. That's what I just said. His dad hyped him up too much. Shador is taller and more fit. More mobile. Being taller doesn't mean anything. His same quarterback. Same arm strength. I think Tua is more accurate and has more anticipation. They're the same quarterback. Why do you think Shador didn't throw any out routes at his pro day? Mike Green here. Watch. Mike Green's going to go to Buffalo. Shador's pocket awareness is nowhere close to Tua's. Tua's better. Look at Mo saying something positive about Tua. Oh, look at Mo. I agree, though. I definitely agree. He does that thing that people do in Madden where they run backwards 6 yards. He does that. Look at me and Mo agreeing on something. Would you rather have Milroe or Sanders if you had to choose? That's a hard question. Tua does not have a 12. Jonathan, why are you spreading false information? Tua does not have a 12 Wonderlic score and doesn't memorize. That is completely false. 100% false. Your hatred for Tua is just ridiculous at this point. Clyde, what are you doing here, man? I hate you. Why are you in my chat, Clyde? Get out of here. I hate you. Would you accept a signed Bob Greasy jersey if I sent you one? I'd have to find somewhere to put it. You get a whole circus. We need to trade back for Sanders. No. No, they don't. I was promised punch and pie. I got the punch. I'm never leaving you, Roll. I'm here for you. I appreciate you, Clyde. What's your favorite taco flavor? Isn't taco a flavor? Bad here, 13 and a 19. Who cares about the Wonderlic score? Why do you think they don't do the Wonderlic score anymore? You're saying he doesn't memorize a playbook. The man, the whole fourth quarter against the Ravens, the comms weren't working, and he audibled and called the plays himself. Gotta stop being so biased. You know, why did your dad become a Dolphin fan? He was born 65. So he grew up when they were the best. Will Johnson at 116. I wonder when Will Johnson's going to go. I think this is Mike Green here. If only Marino kept the laces out. Bills traded up, copying the Dolphins. TJ Sanders, DT. Jonah at left guard, Paul at left tackle, or Jonah at left tackle, Liam at left guard. Do not Liam at left guard. Are you out of your mind? Doug, do you think it's Shador's skill set or his dad that's hurting Shador's draft stock? I think it's his interviews, and I do think it's probably that circus around him. Yeah, we do. We have OTs. What are you talking about? If I see more motion, Doug, you won't see McDan. What? If I see more motions, though, you all won't see McDan. What does that mean? Do I think we're done with O-line here? For now. Hey, Doug, why did your dad become a Dolphin fan? I answered that, Bob. You think Dolphins trade up to pick since we're not picking for our next 100 picks? Possibly. Possibly. We will see. I think we got a decent O-line offensive guard in the fourth. It depends on how the draft goes. We'll see how today goes. You think Patrick Paul and Austin are actual starter calibers? Austin Jackson is. We have to see what Patrick Paul is. Doug, why? Doug, we don't have a third round pick, right? Yeah, they just traded it. Cut out a few times. It's all good. I wonder if Greer already has ink drying on the Ramsey deal. I would be shocked if they traded him before June 1st. Be shocked. That's $15 million taken out of your cap. F it, trade up to get a corner. Hope they hit on these. If they fall hard to the middle of the third, who do you trade up for? If Will Johnson is still there in the third round, I don't know how you don't take a chance. Or Siobhan Ravel or Benjamin Morrison. These guys have injury histories and they have injuries, so they could fall to the third. And if they fall to the third, you know what? What if Armstead is like, put me back in, coach, I'm back? I think the Dolphins would still be able to have him. I know, Dylan. I agree 100%, but for a third, he should have, if not injured, he's a top 10 pick. To get him in the third round. Should I read the last super chat? I missed the super chat. Will the 2000 logo ever be a throwback? I love it. Probably not. It's my favorite logo. It probably won't be. 1200 in here. Be sure to hit that like button. The Miami Dolphins traded up, made a big move to get Jonah, Savana to shore up that offensive line. They go trenches in the first, trenches in the second. Hit that thumbs up button. Let's get 1,000 likes like we did last night. I'm losing it. Worth risk on Will Johnson all day. Doug, do you watch Kai? I watched like best of Kai stuff. Him and Kevin Hart together are and Drew. Oh my God, they're so funny when the three of them to get together. Here's some backs I love late in the draft. Jordan James, love his runs hard. Nate Carter, Taj Brooks. Do you see Ramsey staying? No, I don't see him staying. Hope we get a third round. Let's see who the Jets take here. Fields best overall. It's Will Johnson, Mike Green, Shador, Donovan, and Trey Amos. Really hope we draft Marino. Thoughts on Darian Porter? I like him as well. I'll tell you something. Oh, Mason Taylor. Mason Taylor goes to the Jets. Oh, no. Alex with a fiver says, I think they might put Jonah at right tackle and Austin Jackson as well. Austin Jackson recovers. I think they put Jonah at right tackle. Why did you put that twice, Alex? I appreciate the donation. It's a possibility. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. They also really like Keon Smith. Trade up in the third one, round 6 and Ramsey. I'm telling you guys, Ramsey is not getting traded during the draft. That is a negative $15 million cap hit. The Miami Dolphins would have no money if they traded Jalen Ramsey during the draft. I'm telling you guys, it's not happening. Miami has $16.5 million. If they trade Jalen Ramsey, they will have $1 million in cap space. Alfred Collins goes to San Fran. That's a good pick. Gary said it tonight. They are focused on the draft right now. Ramsey isn't the focus right now. It financially makes 0 sense. Absolutely 0 sense. Doesn't look like we need to trade that far. No O-line drafted. They might not have got drafted because the Dolphins took them. Can you pull up Spot Track and show it? My concern is that you can't have his cap hit. My concern is that you can't have his cap hit the next 2 seasons. What do you mean, Jeff? I'm excited to see what Bo Nix can do next year, the second year. Cowboys pick is in. Let's see what PFF has available around 114. Obviously, it's not going to fall that way. Gunnar Helm, Kobe Bryant, corner. Billy Bowman Jr., safety. Can double down, get Ty Robinson, defensive lineman. Let's see, corner. So, Siobhan Ravel, I like. I like Darian Porter. Jacob Parrish is a guy I like. He could possibly be there in the fourth round, Jacob Parrish. He's 5'10", 198. He's not the tallest of corners, but I like him a lot. I like the way he plays. Check Omar's Twitter. Slayers to know Jason Taylor will now have to cheer for the Jets. They've selected his son Mason Taylor. What am I looking for? Well, we understand the talk has been around here. The offensive line focus, yada yada. It's here. This is what the Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel was saying. They are really hungry, eager to go to work. McDaniel says, "What do you guys believe in?" That's what they tell us. The type of work. Would you take Stanford wide receiver in the 4th or 5th? Possibly. As long as they address some more of the needs, I'm okay with them doing whatever they kind of want. Chat said Omar has a clip with Greer after the pick. Dolphins had their 2nd round pick high on their board and were willing to do what it took to get him. There may be opportunities to do trades and stuff for other people. Important you guys have been here when we have injuries, blah, blah, blah. This is what Draft Book says about Jonah. Doug, so we don't have a third round? No, we don't have a third. We have 1, 4, 3/5. You like Scatabo for us? If he's there. Great pick by Miami and great to rebuild the trenches. You live and you die. I agree. If Sanders is similar to Tua, could he be a decent backup? Possibly. Imagine they take Shador. Like he's still there in the 4th. Watch Shador. Shador might go to Indy. How is Mike Green not taken? Off the field stuff. Fishing. Donovan Jackson's gone already. Damien. Oh, Donovan as Araku. So you're saying Donovan Jackson, my bad. That's a good pick for Dallas. Indy on the board. Mercery's still there. Yeah. Still there. Can we trade up again? They can do whatever they want. Doug, what did Miami give up? They gave up their 3rd and a 4th to move up. The comp 4th. So not their earlier 4th, their later 4th to trade up. If we didn't trade up again to the 3rd, who do you want in the 5th? Well, we still have a 4th. Depends on who's available. Teams know their locker rooms won't get the entitlement attitude. I want a quarterback in the 3rd. No, I don't think they were ever going to take a quarterback in the 3rd. I think they'll take one in the 5th. They got 3 of them now. Will Johnson is still falling. Rams might take Will Johnson. I think Rams might take a corner. Here's the Colts pick. Jonathan Taylor making the pick. Well, that lady is white. JT Tuimoloai, Ohio State edge. Led Big Ten with 12.5 sacks. Raiders are on the board. Sorry, Rams are on the board. The Dolphins would have been picking in 2 picks. I don't hate the idea of drafting Oronde Gadsden the 2nd. I don't hate that. Oh, I could see who's being taken now. I know who the next pick is. It's an interesting one. We have another about 19 picks until the end of the second round, and then we get into the third round. The fans at the drafts always look like they don't know how to react. They're always like, wait, who? Who's that? Jonah's a beast. I love the pick, so do I. It's a good pick. You finally went trenches. Thank you, Lord. We don't have a pick in that round. Not till the fourth. Fourth round, we pick at number 116. So essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Pick 14 in round 4 is the next time we pick. And then in the fifth round, we pick at pick 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick 4. Pick like 13. We have 3 picks in the top 20 in the fifth round. We got a lot of good picks in the top in the round 5. Round 4, it's 13. 14. I don't know, Shadow. We don't know what would have happened. I think the Dolphins kind of were afraid some of the teams that were in front of them would go offensive linemen. Didn't want to take the chance of missing out on Jonah, and they moved up. Who did we pick? We picked Jonah Savana, Platinum Sword, offensive lineman. Doug, do we have any more picks today? Nope. Not yet. I don't know if the Dolphins will trade back in. 49ers definitely would have taken them. Yeah, I think so too. If Jonah ends up to another Eichenberg, Greer needs to never work again. You ain't wrong. At least we didn't give up any picks next year. That's the big thing. When we took Liam Eichenberg, we gave up next year's third. So that was a big thing. How would you have? He would have been there and no need to trade. How do you know? Are you a fortune teller, Michael? So I'm sure Miami trades back into day 2. We will see. We will see. I'm late to the party. Missed your thoughts on Jonah. Love it. I was hoping and praying. I wish they didn't have to trade up for him. Don't get me wrong. But I love it. I believe the Dolphins wanted to make sure they got in front of the Patriots to get Jonah. Well, the Patriots took Will Campbell. I don't know if the Patriots would have took him. They've drafted almost 700 pounds of beef. Worst case scenario, do you think Zach Wilson could win us some games? I honestly don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. You're the reason I wake up every day. I appreciate you, Diego. You're a butt. I appreciate you. Why is he? Why is Will dropping so far? Injuries. He's shoulder, turf toe. At his pro day, he pulled his hammy. It's like one thing after another. Sanders doesn't go to the Raiders, then he falls far. Terrence Ferguson, tight end. Terrence Ferguson, tight end, going to the Rams. Arizona, up. I know what the next pick is. I know what the next pick is. Praying a healthy Tua, Unicorn Bowls can keep healthy Tua. How do you know pick so soon? PFF is showing it. Didn't even need trade up. How do you know that, Nick? Like, don't get me wrong. I wish they didn't, but how do you know they didn't need to? Patrick Peterson. Will Johnson. There he goes. Kid's going to have a chip on his shoulder now. Cam Smith of the cover film room. Do you think there's any players other than Ramsey or Hill that could package to move up? Oh, I don't know. Like Miami can have the best O-line group with a bad quarterback, which they gave to 5 years to develop. He hasn't done nothing. We need to trade to he hasn't done nothing. Led the league in passing. Led the league in passer rating. Led the league in completion percentage. Took him 5 years to develop. How was his first 3 years? Oh yeah, that's right. Take things into perspective, guys. Doug, who do you still like on the board for the Dolphins? There's still a bunch of corners still on there. There's still a bunch of corners on the board that I like. Doug, you have my boyfriend making me watch this on a sunny California spring break Friday evening. I apologize. At some point, you guys should just go outside because I don't know if they'll trade back up. What's up, Corey? Will Johnson's sister is the director and recruiter of Michigan. There's no shame. Just got here, thought on pick. Love it. Love it. It's cold and cloudy here. Gotta pass. Time for that run O-line. Guys, are you insane? Our O-line has sucked for decades. Not for decades. 2018 was a good year. There's been good years. Hasn't been decades. Funny. What team did Will Johnson go to? Arizona. Arizona. Yeah, that's what they used. Thanks for that. Notre Dame safety, I'm begging for it. My mock will be perfect. We'll see. So the Texans traded with the Raiders. This is where the Dolphins would have picked. Really need to trade back into the second or third and get a corner or safety. If they do that, I'm set with this draft. You know, you address three of the needs. They can do whatever they want in the fourth and fifth round. Bursary, tackle. They have no idea who that is. That lady has no idea who they just drafted. No idea. Who? Who did they take? You know what I hate? When you're trying to do something and your phone keeps changing it back to something that it's not. Drives me nuts. We gave 3 picks. Yeah. Cincinnati. Who's Cincinnati taking here? They haven't taken a lot of people I like. Oh, linebacker Demetrius Knight Jr. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. Like the round 2 pick, but hate the trade. Like I said, I would have preferred them not to have to trade up, but if it was to make sure we got him, I'm fine with that because I like the player a lot. I think he's going to do some really good things. He basically gave up the company pick for Hunt. The comp pick from Hunt? Yeah, pretty much. You got your man, Jonah, Dougley. I totally agree. Yeah. I don't think he made it to 48. If I'm being 100% honest with you guys, I honestly don't think he makes it to 48. Which player do you hope the Bills, Jets, and Pats don't draft? I don't know. I never thought of it that way. Doug, do you watch the Goat House NFL? He is super smart and called Robert Hunt being a star guard. No, I do not. I'll have to check him out. Did Ratledge? No. Nate Ratledge did not get drafted yet. Right now, we need everyone to focus on DT, OT, offensive guard, and wide receiver. The Goat House loves Kenneth Grant. Pick graded an A and loves Jonah. Interesting. That's a YouTube channel, right? The Goat House, Jonathan? to check him out. You're gonna cry. He went to a more. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do. I took Will Howard in the third in my mind for the Dolphins. YouTube channel and Twitter. Just ate a full rack of ribs. I ate a wrap before. There's a ton of people at this draft. Holy crap. Doug, since Will Johnson is gone, what quarterback do you want? I like Siobhan Ravel. He did tear his ACL in 2024, though. I do like Trey Amos as well. And then Benjamin Morrison. But the Dolphins would have to trade up to grab these guys. Elijah Arroyo, tight end, going to Seattle. We got the Capital trade in the third. Yeah. His whole family's from Miami. And he lived in Miami. Now he has to go all the way over to Seattle. I got a feeling Sanders won't get picked at all. Nah, he'll get picked. He'll definitely get picked. I am him. Eat a sneaker. I've never seen that. I've never seen somebody tell another person to eat a sneaker. Nick Scorton, DN. Texas. Don't know much about him. Eat a sneaker. That's funny. Would a team draft Shador to sit behind their starter for 3 years? His dad would probably have a cow. Yeah, I agree. No clue how we get back in the third, but we need to. Thank you, Doug. I'll check back in a few minutes. I got to go to work. Thank you, guys. Have a good day of work, bud. They could. They got three fifth-round picks. You'd have to give up your fourth and probably 2 of those fifths and maybe a fourth next year. I don't think so, John. I don't think Jonah would have fell to 48. I think somebody would have took him. Supposedly a lot of people were high on Jonah Savana. supposedly, the Steelers wanted Kenneth Grant, and they were trying to trade up with the Dolphins to take Kenneth Grant, and the Dolphins were like, we kind of want him. And that's why they took what's his name? Harmon in the first, because they wanted Kenneth Grant. They wanted to trade up for him. We would have a third now if we didn't trade it last year, but I trust Wright's production is going to be more than make up for it. Hopefully. It's a good sign of true. Steelers usually know the players are good. Yeah, the Steelers said it. That's a name. The UCLA Edge. I'm not even going to try to say that name. That's a name. Where do I think Shador lands? I have no idea. Tampa Bay? He could go to the Raiders at 58. They traded back again. So they traded down with the Dolphins, then they traded down with Houston. He could go 58 to the Raiders still. Which running back are we going to draft? I don't know. If Sanders makes it to the 7th, would you get it with the last pick? Yeah, why not? He ain't making it there. I don't think he makes it out of the 2nd. Does Shador even realize why he's dropping? Yeah, they're definitely telling him. When you look at his draft day stuff and how he had cameras following him, and not cameras from the NFL, and he had all the hats behind, like he made it into a spectacle, whereas everyone else was sitting with their family and, you know, just hanging out and having a party. He like had the thing behind him with all the hats, and it's craziness. Raiders take Milrow, and Miami's going to Tut in for running back. He fits the speed. Steelers trade up. No. Bucks making their pick. Someone has to tell him that how he's perceived. Doug, would you double down on guard with the 4th pick? Depends who's there. What rounds are tonight? 2nd and 3rd. And then tomorrow's 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Bucks take a corner. Ooh, there goes one of my corners. There goes one of my corners. Are you going to discuss the Armando Segura report about Ramsey and McDaniels? No. It's nothing to discuss. He wants to go. He wants to go. I'm not going to stir more drama that doesn't need to be stirred. So did we trade 98 or do we still have it? ESPN says we still have it. No, we traded it. We traded 48, 98, and 135 for 37 and 143. New Orleans, a dome team, already took a quarterback. That sucks for Sanders. That's why the Raiders seem like a good possibility at 57. How much money are you willing to pay Rasul and Asante Samuel? Not a lot. They're still available. Dolphins front office is terrible. Maybe the worst in the league. That's not true. Doug, I think the Dolphins draft room were watching you during the second round choice. I swear you called it. I just wanted him, man. To me, he was the best offensive lineman out there. And when they traded up, I was like, ugh, I wanted it. I was afraid it was going to be a corner. Not afraid as in it would have been a bad pick, but afraid that I wouldn't get Jonah Savana. Quinshon Junkins wasn't even in the room when he got the call. That's too funny. His mom answered the phone. So what do we have? 7 more picks? Yes. And we need something to replace Holland even more than corner, in my opinion. Quandre Diggs. Doug, what do you think the Dolphins need to make it to the Super Bowl? By the way, supporting you all the way from London. I appreciate you, Joel. Trenches. They need top trenches. Yeah, we got a comp pick for Holland. That guy had no idea. That Buccaneers fan had no idea. He was like Benjamin Morrison, and he went, who? And then he said corner. He went, oh, okay. They had no idea at all. Oh my God, it's so funny. You think Diggs is that guy? I think Quandre Diggs can definitely help. I think Simmons can definitely help. I think Rasul Douglas can definitely help. I think Asante Samuel Jr., if he's healthy, can definitely help. There's guys in free agency that can definitely come in and help this team. Do you believe we can win a Super Bowl with Tua? I think the Dolphins can win a Super Bowl with Tua. It's if you take Tua Tagovailoa, you put him on the Philadelphia Eagles, I think they can win a Super Bowl. Not taking away what from Jalen Hurts did, but the way that the Philadelphia Eagles team is built, with the best offensive line in football, with the best running back in football, with some of the best wide receivers, tight ends, the best defense in football, I think Tua can win the Super Bowl. Trade back in tonight. Who do you want? It depends who's there. If they do trade back in. How much money would you pay Rasul Douglas? Not a lot. If you give him a 2-year contract like we did with Fuller, we'll probably pay him like $5 million, $6 million this year. Should bring back X. I don't think X is coming back. Do I think people underestimate Tua? I think some do. Tua has his faults. Tua has the things he needs to work on. I do think some people underestimate Tua. All right, Doug, I'm done for today. Good night. Good night, Jules. Detroit is just such a good fit. I don't know if you'd want to go there and play in the cold twice a year. Ooh. Woo. Woo. They play in a dome, but I said he doesn't want to play in the cold twice a year. Think about it. I'll let you think about it, AJ. They don't want to play. He doesn't want to play in the cold twice a year. So if he goes to Detroit, think about it. NHL team. I'm from New Jersey, so I gotta go with the Devils. But I don't really like hockey. How'd you grade our draft so far? B plus. A. You know, I'm gonna go A minus because they got Jonah, Savana. Are we going to get we're going to lose shirts? Yeah, I'm working on it. I'll get one of my graphic guys to help me with that. In this draft, what safety you like, Doug? Well, the two I like the most are gone. I would be cool with Andrew Makuba if the Dolphins don't trade back up. Xavier Watts would be a nice one to trade up for. Let's see. Chargers. What a reach. Trey Harris, wide receiver, Ole Miss. If this team goes off to a slow start, McDaniels will be gone. Depends on the record, but I agree. Almost done with the second round. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more picks, and the second round is done. Doug, what about Amos? I do like Trey Amos. I do.
Shut up, bitch.
Why you gotta be mean for it, Rock? Would you say McDaniels is Adam Gase too? No, not at all. Not in the least bit. Two different people. Mike, I'm not saying that. They're gonna come after me. Gotta check in. I'm happy so far. Checking out. Happy so far? Yeah, me too, Keith. Trenches. Trenches, baby. Pick is in. I'll say this. It's going quick. Only an hour and 48 minutes. The first round is almost, the second round's almost done. So. Do we need? Nah, Westbrook is a big body receiver. I like Westbrook. Eczema. I'm just drafting meat and potatoes this year with every pick. What's the last movie you saw in theaters? That's a good question. Let me pull up my AMC. It was a superhero movie, I think. I'm losing it. Losing my mind. Let's see. I haven't seen a movie in 60 days. Jeez. Captain America, Brave New World was the last movie I saw. They didn't show the draft room, Laura. I don't know why. Guess there's no camera in it. Can you play the Oh Bro, This Guy Stinks, please? Always makes me laugh. Here you go.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Did Bills give up 2 second-round picks to move up with the Bears? I don't know what they gave up. I think so. Yeah, they did. I forgot who they took. I think it was a big boy. Defensive lineman. Yeah, TJ Sanders. Ooh, Chicago. Good pick. Do you guys care if I tell you the picks at this point? Let me see. Sam? Yeah, let me know, because I know the picks before they're announced. Do you guys care if I tell you the picks now? I just won't, obviously. Wow, it's Seth Rollins. That's funny. Just tell him not spill it. Yes, tell him. They go tackle Ozzy Trapilo, the 6'6" tackle, and then the Lions just went Tate Ratledge. Lions traded up with Denver, and they take Tate Ratledge. So Raiders are on the clock. PFF. What picks do we have? 4, 3 5s, 3 7s. I love how they have Seth Rollins out there. Wow, Raiders go Josh Beck, wide receiver. Or Betch, however you say it. Shador has not been drafted yet. Wow. This Ozzy Trapello is huge. He's like 6'6", 6'8". He's huge. Then Lions trade up again. Lions trade up with Denver. And they take Tate Ratledge, guard. And then the Raiders take Jack Betch, wide receiver. So technically right now, the Ravens are on the clock. Called it in the 4th round. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of talent still out there. Siobhan Ravel, Trey Amos is still available. Tate Ratledge is gone. Xavier Watts is still there. Kevin Winston Jr. is still there. Andrew Makuba is still there. You're like 2 picks ahead, Doug. Yeah, I'm technically right now the Ravens are on the clock. Technically. What position is Jack Sawyer? I'll check. They're gonna probably get these next picks in quick. What up, Doug? What's up, Carlos? Yeah, they're gonna try to get these next picks in quick because they're a little far behind. We got your offensive line, Doug. Yeah, I'm pumped, Eric. I put the short up if you want to see my reaction. Mike McDaniel had a nasty meeting with Ramsey. He's gone. Doug, you need a board to keep us updated. What do you mean, Dylan? NFL's humbling Sanders. Yes, they are. What do you think about the report that Jalen Ramsey did not see eye to eye? Is McDaniels losing this team? He already lost the team, in my opinion. Jack Sawyer is an edge, then yeah, he's still there. I don't even see him. What school did he go to? Oh, yeah. It's 92nd ranked. Yeah, Ohio State. Yeah. Like, why are you before my cable by 3 minutes? I thought YouTube had a delay. They're announcing the Lions pick right now. I just see it because they're behind with what's actually going on. I try my best not to rub my eye, but it's so itchy. Do you think Will Howard will go before Sanders? That's a possibility. I appreciate you, Brinson. That means a lot. Who doesn't seem is good enough to go toe-to-toe with management if they would trade Ramsey and possible Tyreek? What do you mean, Bob? Tate Ratledge does not have a neck. He has a neck. I could see it from here. Who's guaranteed getting traded? Jalen Ramsey. Possibly Tyreek Hill before the season starts. Position still needed, corner and safety. I doubled down on corner, though, to be honest with you. Raiders. Oh, boy. I just saw who the Ravens took. Ravens take Mike Green. Mike Green goes to the Ravens. Doug, when I moved out of CO 7 years ago, couldn't get the Fins on TV. You were my play-by-play. I appreciate that, Rex. I try my best, man. Sometimes it's really hard. Where to get the hat? On the NFL shop. It's the draft hat. Look, it seems to me from year to year we do better when we're not expected to do anything, rather when we are hyped up. Do you agree? I do. Maybe that we do something this year then. A lot of good corners and safeties there. Yeah, I agree. You can add an RSS overlay that will update draft picks on screen like the viewer counter. I was trying to find out how to do that. And then I was like, screw it. Do you think our 2023 season was a fluke? No. The injuries derailed that season. If we didn't get hit with such an injury bug in the 2023 season, I think we win the division. But having the offensive line go out like they did, and having the pass rushers go out like they did, and the safeties, and everyone getting hurt, 100%. That's what caused it. I used Costa something like that. It's Streamlabs. It's kind of an OBS thing. Are the Dolphins still in Trey Hendricks rumors? No. You're my play-by-play as well, but I appreciate that, Holy Egg Rolly. I like your name. Fins are Outback Steakhouse. They got beefy. Do you think we gave up too much in the trade, or are you happy with it? I don't think. I'll look at the chart to see the points and see how much the Dolphins would have had to give up. I don't think they gave up a lot. I just wish we still had a third. Google, we still have the 4th round tonight. No, there's no 4th tonight. It's just 2nd and 3rd round. 4th, 5th, and 6th and 7th is tomorrow. There's no 4th round tonight. Appreciate that, Brandon. Let's see. I'm going to look it up right now. Let's see. So, the Raiders pick in the 2nd round was worth 530 points. 530 points. The Dolphins 48 was worth 420 points. 98 was worth 108 points. And 135 was worth 38.5 points. And we got 143, which is worth 34.5. So you take all those points, you put them together. You got 420 hit plus 108 plus 38.5. So the Dolphins gave up 566.5 points, and 530 plus 34.5. 564.5. The Dolphins gave up actually 2 points more to move up. It was a pretty even trade. Pretty even. The point total of the Dolphins picks, which was 48, 98, 135, came out to 566.5 points. And the point total of the picks that the Dolphins got from the Raiders, which was 37 and 143, is 564.5. It's a 2-point differential. So they didn't give up too much. It was actually a pretty even trade for what the Dolphins did. Sorry, I'm doing math. Hold on. Yes, there's only 2 points. They're not going to change until new quarterback. So, did the Ravens make their pick yet for Mike Green? No, the Ravens are doing it now. Broncos are taking RJ Harvey, running back out of UCF. Mike Green is the pick here. No, I was using a calculator. That's why I was quiet looking down. Counting your toes. Imagine I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They're going to be behind on so many picks with all these interviews. Raiders have a lot of picks. Yes, they do. Let's see. I'll tell you how many they have. The Raiders. 1, 2. Wow. They have 68, 98, 99. Some good picks. Holy crap. They do have a lot of picks. 3 3s, 2 4s, no 5, 3 6s. Give us 98 back, man. We'll give you your 4th back. You give us 98 back and we'll give you a 5th. Can't sign anyone. Ugh. I'm gonna stand up. Oh, stretch my legs. Oh, please. Oh. I should get a raising desk. I don't know how that would work. You know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Let's see how this looks. let's see how this looks. I did the ceiling. You can finally see I finished the ceiling. I finally, I put the wood on, and then these are all sound panelings. So I finished the ceiling. Now I'm standing up because my legs hurt, man. I can't sit for too long. Look how close my head is to the ceiling. Yeah, about like a much room from my head to the ceiling. Amos is gone? Yeah. Amos goes to Washington. Damn. All right. Siobhan Revell is the only one that's left. Actually, it looks good, Doug. Thanks, Zach. Chicago's on the... Oh, they didn't even announced the pick. They just kind of let it happen. That's funny. Revell is still the best outside corner. It does look really good, Doug. Thanks. Maybe I'll do some more standing up stuff. Maybe I'll put a camera up here. I'll stand up. I don't know. Sitting hurts sometimes, you know? Like to stand up. Looks like Willy Wonka's room. You look like Willy Wonka's room. How dare you? Is that WWE belt in the back? No, that is a Miami Dolphins championship belt. I still have to finish the ceiling. There's like corners that I have to do. I got to do like more padding. I'll show you what I got. This is what it looks like. Looks like these. And they're like these panels. They're thin, but they're soundproof panels. So I got to cut them to fit around the edge. Coming along. It's coming along. And then they make these like hexagon dolphin colored ones, and I might get those and do something with the back wall. There's a lot of white. Might put them like in here or something. I don't know. Is that a picture of you fishing on your shirt? Yes, it is. I have a 1960 Super Bowl hat signed by ex Tua and Jerome Baker. You got Tua's autograph, Jonathan. Did you go and meet the man, Tua Tagovailoa, get him to sign your hat, and now you hate him? What kind of crap is that, Jonathan? Yeah, they're not even announcing the picks anymore. Sent me an email. I'll check it out, bud. Hey, Doug, how are you doing? Sorry, I'm late to the party. I had to take the wife out for dinner. What I missed. Dolphins traded up, took Jonah Savana. They don't have a third round pick. So we'll see if they trade back into the third. Is that a Merino jersey signed? The Merino jersey is not signed per se. You can't even see it. But there's I do have his autograph in there. Yes, bro. I love to watch him since high school, but Dolphins come first always. If you love Tua, obviously Dolphins come first. No, it's not a team, one player sport. It's a team sport. But if you love Tua, then you can see how not all of the bad things that are happening with the Dolphins are his fault. Like, you hate on that man so much and can't see the good that he actually does. I don't understand how you can go and get his autograph and then just crap on him all the time. It just makes me laugh. Can you show us the black helmet? That's all dusty. Let me wipe it off. Ugh. My wife got me this helmet for Christmas. It's not like you can't wear it. You can't wear it. I love this helmet. It's a nice helmet. If they didn't play in Miami, I would say they should wear it. This one you can wear. And this one. Can you wear this one? No, you can't wear this one. You can wear this one. Is that the room where Dougie does wrong? Yeah, when I fart all the time while I'm working. Just ripping butt. Shamar Turner goes to the Chicago Bears, defensive lineman. That's a good pick. Almost at the end of the second round. We got 2 more picks. Yeah, it's cool. So you can't see. It's not lit up. Yeah, it's cool. So you can't see it. It's not lit up back there. Very cool. Hey, I can see it when I look at the camera. Yeah, turn up your brightness on your screen, Laura. Hey, Doug, where did you get your full-size Dolphins helmet? That was a gift from my parents. That one? The one that you can actually wear? That one's a gift from my parents. They probably got it from the shop. My watch is like, stand up, do some work. All right. How high can I make this one? I could just switch it over. Just switch it over from there to there. I don't know. I had to run after Cleveland made the first pick in the second. Nothing happened after that, right? Yeah, we traded up and took Jonah, Savana. We did something. I'm about to sit back down. My back's starting to hurt. I don't hate Tua. I hate Tua's often unavailability. I agree. All right, I'm sitting back down. Ugh. Sitting back down. Make you dizzy. Hold on. There we go. More up in your face. Oh. There we go. You look lean. I'm trying. I got workout stuff over there. I'm trying. Trying to live my best life. Nothing stops America. I'd rather have Drake May or Bo Nix. You don't even know what Drake May or Bo Nix will become. See, here's the problem, Jonathan. And I'm not gonna. I'm picking on you, but I'm not, just because you're the one who I'm talking to about this. So many fans think that, oh, if we just had Justin Herbert, or if we just had Drake May, or if we just had so-and-so, you know, we would do so much better because they're the better quarterback, without thinking that the situation that Tua is in, or the situation, the Kansas City Chiefs took Omar Lott, defensive lineman from Tennessee. Great pick. Is because of the stuff that was put around him. Like, you think another quarterback's going to come in here and do as well when the Dolphins have not built anything around Tua? Drake May would suffer. You saw how he did in Kansas and New England. I think McDaniels saved him, I believe, and if McDaniels saved him, why didn't McDaniels save the other quarterbacks? Why is it that McDaniels only wins when Tua's at the quarterback helm? If McDaniels saved Tua, Herbert or Tua, as a quarterback or in the Miami Dolphins? It's two different questions. Because I think if the Dolphins drafted Herbert, I think he wouldn't be as good as he is now. He would have had no offensive line. He would have had no weapons. And I understand he doesn't have an offensive line now, but it would have been worse. Because he built the offense around Tua? Nope. He didn't build the offense. Well, aren't you here's the thing, John. Aren't you supposed to do that with your quarterback? The Queen's Gambit with that seal. I should put chess pieces up here. Kansas City picked defensive lineman Omar Lott out of Tennessee because McDaniel created the system for Tua and timing. It's too hard for other quarterbacks to jump into it. So which means that Tua is a good quarterback if it's hard for other ones, isn't it? You got to stop. The man is not the guy. Stop making excuses for Tua. He's not the guy. Pretty boy, go back and watch my videos, my man, because you obviously don't know my thoughts on Tua. I'm not making excuses. These are reasons. I'm having a conversation with Jonathan. These are reasons. Let me for Pretty Boy, let me ask the people in the chat who have been following me and who have been listening to me. Did I want the Miami Dolphins to give Tua a contract extension? Comment below. Did I want the Miami Dolphins to give Tua a contract extension? Nope, negative, nope, exactly. I didn't want them to give him a contract extension until he can show he can stay healthy and can get over that hurdle. I'd be happy with Tua at $20 million a year so we could build a stack roster. You know, Tua is not making that much money this year. That's the other misconceived notion. Tua's contract's not even top 10 among quarterbacks. This year, he's making 39. And then they can move on from him this year. Last year, he was making 10. He's not the reason that the Miami Dolphins couldn't do anything. Tyreek Hill, $27 million. Jalen Ramsey, $16 million. The reason you can't do anything is because you're paying Tyreek Hill $27 million. That is the reason. If you look at the cap hit of other quarterbacks, it's nowhere near. It's way higher than 14%. You got Tyreek Hill here making $27 million. Also, another question. Did I ever say Tua is a franchise quarterback or an elite quarterback? If you've been following me, you know the answers to those questions. I think Tua is a good quarterback. I think if they built the team around him properly, that he would have won. Oh, Andrew Makuba goes to Philly. Damn. Oh, there goes another safety off the board. Xavier Watts is still there, though. Andrew Makuba, gone. Giants are now on the clock. Wouldn't be so bad for 17 games. That's why I didn't want to pay him. That's why I wanted him to wait. Yeah, Xavier Watson, Kevin Winston Jr. are still on the board. All right, Doug, I totally agree with you. Just tuned back in what I missed. Not much. There's no way Sanders is still on the board, right? He's still there. I think they were trying to compensate for the horrible offensive line. And then Tua got hurt. And that really threw a monkey wrench in everything, too. So they had to simplify it even more for the backup quarterbacks. Which that shouldn't be a thing. Because even Tua said the motions and everything are too much. He doesn't have time to read the defense as well as let the motions happen and everything. I'm not going to be live for the draft, but I will be making shorts about each draft pick, and then I will do a recap afterwards. I'll be making shorts in my shorts. Depends on the temperature tomorrow, but most likely, yeah. Yeah, Siobhan Ravel's still on the board, Johnny. Go through PFN's draft stuff on Jonah, Savana. You got it. No, they don't have a third. They traded up. Fully healthy too is way better than Herbert. I don't know. Where is he? Thanks for your sense of humor, Doug. I try, Laura. I try. Why can't I find Jonah Savana on here? Greer loves injured players. Darius Alexander gone. Oh, that's a great pick for the Giants, Darius Alexander. Another guy I liked a lot. He expressed his desire to play guard at the NFL level. And that's likely where he'll be projected. Those spots can function as a rangy power mover. Good pickup, Andrew Makuba. They're far behind now. Will the Dolphins trade back into the first? They had him ranked 4th, Jonah Savana, behind Gray Zabel, Tyler Booker, and Donovan Jackson. I just want a top 5 quarterback. You know how hard it is to get a top 5 quarterback? What's up, Zach? Hey, Doug. From another Doug, they do have a third. They don't have a third. They traded their third to move up. They only have a 4th. They don't have a third. Odds aren't good. Shador is getting humbled. We need a guy like Cam Scatabo. He's a blue chip. I'd like Scatabo. If he's still there. Draft Sanders is a backup if he's available. He fell to the 3rd, man. They had him. Guess they weren't wrong about that interview. Gold Johnny football. How do you grade Savana pick? A. I give that an A. Sanders a backup would be a nightmare. We don't have a third? No. We don't have a third. Could trade back into the 3rd, but no, we don't have a 3rd. Well, Browns took a quarterback already. So. No, they didn't take a quarterback. I don't know if the Browns are the right spot for him to play at that stadium with his arm. I don't know. Washington did. Yeah, because they had a top pick. They also built around him properly. He's also a different style quarterback. Again, it's not that easy, and we'll see how Daniels does this year. Because if you remember, CJ Stroud had a down year as well. Who did KC take? At the end of the fourth, they took. At the end of the second, they took Omar Lott. Yeah, probably. Whoever gets Shidudu gets Dion. Who's Shidudu? Where do we pick next? The fourth round. Pick 116 in the fourth round. Did say he wants to jump back in tonight. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be live for the entire third. Jason Sehorn. Wow. I forgot about Jason Sehorn. Great pick, Darius Alexander. Do you have a Danbury Mint Merino on your shelf? If not, I would like to send you one. What is a Danbury Mint Merino? I have that Merino. I have a Merino over there. I don't know what a Danbury Mint Merino is, though. Is that a figure? Am I dumb? Oh, no, I don't think I have a Danbury Mint Merino. I gotta get a P.O. box up. A lot of you guys want to send me stuff. High-end figure. Miami has to pick up this dude. He's dropped way too much. Who has dropped too much? The only one that remembers when Bill Walsh used Amos Lawrence at running back to piss off Mike Ditka, the corner we like. Oh, you talk about Siobhan Ravel? It's because of his injury, man. He tore his ACL in 2024. Ashton Gelati, defensive end out of Louisville. How do you feel about the pick so far? Of Grant and Jonah? I love them. No cap. Shador on the third round rookie contract could really rally this team when if Tua goes down. I don't know if he's going to be there. Do you think we should be thinking safety in the fourth? I don't know. There's three players that I like that are still available, and Xavier Watts, Kevin Winston Jr., and Siobhan Ravel Jr. We got a long way to go though, because now we have comp picks. So we got we're at what, 67? Got about 30 something picks until this round's over. He's not there. One of the safeties. Yeah, I got 3 guys I like that are still available. We'll see at the end. We should be trading out. They're probably going to try to. We'll see. We'll see who falls. Oh, long way to go, man. I do think so, Kyle. I think Milrow has a better attitude than Shador. Shador's probably pissed. No, we don't have a third, Chris. Favorite weapon left? H-back. Let's see. Best available wide receiver. Kyle Williams is good. I like him. Running backs, tight ends that are still available. I like Gunnar Helm. I like Harold Fanning Jr. Running backs that are available. Cam Scatabo still out there. Damian Martinez. I would like Damian Martinez. I don't think he makes it to our pick. Only way to get back up is to give up a player. Well, not necessarily. Depends on the chart. Do you think Ezra Thomas makes it out of the to our fourth? I don't know. That's a good question. Even Darian Porter I like as well. There's a few corners that are still available that I like. At this rate, you might get a call from a team before Sanders.
Hey, yo!
Ooh. You have a job outside of YouTube? Yes. Bro, am I tripping, or was Shador a top 5 talent in the field before all the media noise? He's a steal at this point. He's got a lot of headaches off the field. Oh, there goes Harold Fanning, tight end. Bold prediction: Doug drafted in the 5th, and Sanders becomes. You're funny. You're funny. You guys are funny. Am I going to try to draft Quinn Ewers? Does Shador go to the Raiders? It's a possibility. What do you think about Ramsey's latest comment? What was his latest comment? Could it be the Raiders here? But they just gave Geno Smith a contract extension, so I don't know. Sanders is there at pick 116. Would you take him, Doug? No. You don't need that. You don't need that headache. Honestly, next pick. Ramsey article. Appreciate you, Jeff. Appreciate you. If you surround yourself with people who are okay with mediocre, you too will start to be okay with it. Surround yourself with people who desire greatness. Interesting. If Ramsey indeed is leaving because of personal conflict, who should bring up a report? Who wrote Thursday? Multiple sources tell me the main reason is that McDaniel had rubbed a lot of veterans the wrong way after early success with the team. He'd rather be playing elsewhere than stay with Miami at this point. Interesting. Interestado. Oh, there goes Darian Porter. Corners are falling. You probably gonna see a run at corners. Siobhan Ravel. He beat out Tua, not even gaslighting. No, he wouldn't, Johnny. No, he wouldn't. Do you think Miami could get Will Howard or Gabriel in the 5th? They could get McCord in the 5th. There's still a lot of good quarter. Will Howard, Quinn Ewers, Kyle Williams, receiver, going to New England. It's a good pickup for them. I like Kyle McCord. I would take Kyle McCord with one of our picks in the 5th. I'm getting hungry. Sanders to Cleveland Browns with the 3rd overall pick in the 3rd round. Nope. That did not happen. That did not happen. Thoughts on Dylan Gabriel? I like Dylan Gabriel. Not against Dylan Gabriel. John Cena's talking. Wide receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Isaac Tesla. They got a movie coming out on Amazon. That's why they did that. Saints back on the clock. Does Shador go here now? Big has a case of the drops. Not a bad pick. Saints took a quarterback. Was it Milrow? Do you think the Finns would sign Asante Samuel Jr.? They don't. Yes, I do. I think it'd be Asante Samuel Jr., Rasul Douglas. Why not both? Why the Ravens Eagles only draft dogs? Because they have a smart GM. What's up, David? Who'd the Saints get? I don't know quite yet. Oh, Saints did take Shock. Silly Doug. Dante hitting that subscribe button. I appreciate you getting us closer to 100K. I'll tell you where we're at right now on the subscriber count. We are at 51,500. We just need 49,500. No, 48,500 more subscribers. No, there's no deadline to, it's for them. It's not about restructuring. It's giving them contract extensions. Appreciate you, David. Yeah, I only need 8 more likes to get at 800. Can we trade Tunsil again? I'll give you a like. I appreciate that, Zach. Oh, we broke 800. 811 likes. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. I also appreciate Puddle Earth, Johnny, for hitting that subscribe button. You are the man. Wish we could wrap Hill and Ramsey in a trade, but can't. Nope. Can't do it. A lot of dead money. Should the Dolphins draft a wide receiver tomorrow? One's there. Only just tuning in what we give up to get our second round 2 pick. We gave up a 3rd and a 4th. Actually, yeah, 3rd and a 4th. We just technically moved down from 135 to 143. So we gave up a 3rd round pick. Are you going to do a live stream for the schedule release on the 14th? I don't know. I normally do a video. Maybe I'll do a live stream. I haven't decided yet. Maybe. I'm off social media. I go completely dark when the schedule's released because I don't want it to be ruined for me. Saints go defensive line Vernon Broughton. A little bit of a reach there. Bills are on the clock. Will the Dolphins trade back into the 3rd? We will find out. How much longer will Doug be live streaming? That is also a great question. No, the Dolphins didn't trade up again. They only traded up into the 2nd. I wish they traded up again. Should we draft another DT in the 4th round? Let me see if there's anybody I like. CJ West, but I think he'll be gone by then. Josh Farmer, I like. Ty Robinson. If Ty Robinson's there in the 4th, yeah. I like Ty Robinson. I would double down with that. Cornerbacks. You got Siobhan Ravel is still there. I like Jacob Parrish. Kobe Bryant still there. Zay Alexander. Those are possibilities. Safety. You got Kevin Winston Jr. You got Xavier Watts. Jonas Sanker. Billy Bowman Jr. I like those guys. Dylan Fairchild would be a nice pickup if you want to double down on guards. What about Shador Sanders in the 6th round? We need a safety. Isn't that Shador's brother? I'd love to get Oronde Gadsden Jr. Shaw wasn't good. Miles Frazier. I would take Miles Frazier. I'd double down. Last name's Tesla. That's funny. What about our linebacking situation looking like? I like it. I think our linebackers are good. Chris Paul's good. Danny Stuntsman is good. I like those two guys. I don't think Chris Paul. I don't think he's gonna. I think he might get drafted sooner rather than later. Shiloh's slower than my grandma.
Hey, yo!
Yeah, Restrepo's still out there. Safety Jalen Reed could be a good pick. Yeah. $5 from JR. I appreciate you, my man. All the donations. I appreciate y'all. Y'all. Saints pick their defensive lineman. What do we give up for the trade? A third, and we swapped a fourth and a fifth. I'm not gonna lie, we never really missed on our UDFAs. We got Storm Duck and Ethan Bonner from it. That's true. We just bought our first house. Congrats. As long as it wasn't in New Jersey, you probably got a great price on it. Go who was an undrafted free agent. I think he was. Grade the picks so far. B plus for Grant. I give a A for Jonah Savana. I do like our tight end situation. I'll talk more about that. I'm gonna break down our team needs after the draft and talk about how I feel about certain positions now. Landon Jackson. I think Landon Jackson had a good Senior Bowl, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he had a good Senior Bowl, Landon Jackson. Taking the seventh last pick, Shador Sanders, and then Shador's undrafted free agent. You silly. Jets are going corner out of Florida State. I'm gonna butcher how to say his name. Azari Thomas. So you go corner. Savana Ravel's still there. One, two. We're now at pick 74. You're looking at about 20 more picks in this round. They're showing Landon Jackson. I'm just watching it. He doesn't look scary to me. He's a third round pick, so, but. Gonna get Ollie. I'm in Gadsden in the 5th. I need to see the call from Greer to Savannah. Dad joke or save it for the next live stream? Do it now, Mike. Do it now. Did we trade up for the next Liam? No. Jonah Savana is completely different than Liam Eichenberg. Pat Bryant, wide receiver, going to the Denver Broncos. My three favorite things are eating out my friends and not using commas.
Hey, yo!
Jeez Louise. Don't mind my hair. Will you miss Hill if he's traded? On the field, yeah. Off the field, no. How many corners does the Jets taken? None. Buffalo beefed up the D-line wide receiver room tomorrow. They got 3 5s, 2 6s, and a 7. They got 1 4. See the Patriots draft so far. Will Campbell, Trayvon Henderson, Kyle Williams. Not bad. They got 1 more third, and then they're done. Will the Dolphins trade back in? I'm a Hill fan. It's just the whole atmosphere and it's just time to move on to me personally. PFF gave the Kenneth Grant pick a above average grade, and they gave the Jonah Savana pick an average grade. I would take pick. Let's see. Let's go to the chart, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the chart. What is pick 116? 116 is worth 62 points. And pick 143 is worth 34.5 points, which comes out to 96.5 points. 96.5 points. That will get you pick 101. That'll get, all right, let's throw in a 7. That 7 is 1 point. Okay, that's not going to help. Maybe another 5th. Let's give our later 5th. Let's do 155 is 29. 29.4. You're looking at 9, 15. 125.9. That would get you pick 94. So if we trade our 4th and 2 5ths, we could probably get to pick 94. Isn't one of those 5th a comp pick? Yeah, you could trade comp picks now. The 4th we traded up to get to the 2nd was a comp pick. They talk about Shador. Mm. So they're talking about the reason that Shador is falling and a lot of these quarterbacks are falling is no one wants to use this draft capital on these quarterbacks when next year's draft is so much better at quarterback. That's what they're talking about. Next year's draft is so much better when it comes to their quarterbacks. Who's coming out next year for quarterback? I'll tell you in a second. 2026 NFL quarterback draft class. You got the likes of your mom, my mom. I'm just kidding. I want a list. I wish they'd just give me a list of the quarterbacks. All right, cool. Thank you. Out of here. Garrett Nussmeier. You have Drew Aller. You have Carson Beck, who's with Miami right now. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Cade Klubnik out of Clemson. Sam Levitt out of Arizona. You got quarterbacks. Archie, he has to declare if he's coming out or not, so we'll see. We will see. Linebacker Nicholas Martin going to the San Francisco Treats. Not a star-studded quarterback class. Yes, it is. 2026 is much better. That's why that's what everyone's talking about. Cowboys pick. I think that with the money Archie is making at Texas, he will stay. Probably. Oh, there goes Siobhan Revel. Corner is gone. Siobhan Revel gone to the Dallas Cowboys. Thanks for all you do, Doug. My brother, nephew, and I have been watching you from the beginning. Long-suffering Finn fans. I appreciate you, Charles. And your brother and your nephew. You guys are all awesome. So Siobhan Revel is gone. Gone, baby, gone. So you're looking at like a Jacob Parrish. You're looking at a Kobe Bryant. You're looking at these types of corners from Miami. Safety-wise, you still have Xavier Watson, Kevin Winston Jr., and then you could double down on interior offensive linemen, go with like a Miles Frazier, go with a Dylan Fairchild. Defensive line, you can go with like a TJ Robinson, a CJ West. There's still possibilities out there. Both picks were comp picks. No, our third round pick wasn't a comp pick. No, our third round pick wasn't a comp pick. Was it? No. Was it? Yes, it was. I was like, wait, was it? Yeah. They got back-to-back. Raiders got back-to-back picks, 98 and 99. Hilarious. Panthers. They take edge Princely. I'm not even going to try to butcher that name. They take an edge here out of Ole Miss. All right, guys. Live stream this for 3 hours. I'm going to go eat something. I don't think the Dolphins trade back into the first. If they do, I will make a short of it, but I don't think they will. I don't think anything really jumps out for them to trade up. Be sure to go check out Clean the World. Again, great organization run by my man, Sean Seipler. Does some great things for people of need. I will see you in a little bit. I'm going to wait till the round 3 is over, and then I will make my video talking about Jonah Savana and possibly another pick. And then I will make best available for tomorrow, and then all that stuff. Love you all. Thank you so much for hanging out. 862 likes in here. If you haven't yet, hit the like button on your way out. You all are amazing, and I will see you later. But like usual, stay classy.